Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another video, finally, from Sangra'Qur. It's been a little while because we have been building the castle of Ushea, but it's good to be back here, and today we are building a sugar farm and a sugar refinery. I'm really excited for this place here because I had to do some research to figure out how to produce the sugar and then make that in Minecraft, and also a way that feels medieval. Sugar production has evolved over years and a lot of it is very modern, so trying to make a medieval version and also a desert kind of version of the sugar production has been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to show you guys. I also want to let you guys know that you can visit this place yourself on my server. Information is in the description and also in my Discord. My server is hosted by Skynode, and if you want your own server, there's also a link and a discount code down below. Anyway, let's finish off the time-lapse for today and move over to the tour part. Welcome to Sangra'Qur and the tour part once again, where we will take a look at everything that we have built so far in detail. The first thing I want to show you guys is the farm itself. After not the previous video, but like 2 or 3 videos ago, I tried to design for some farms in the river here, or on the river side here, and a lot of you guys loved it. I loved it myself, but we also got some feedback on how we could do it differently. So I decided to try that suggestion here. So we have 2 examples and we can decide. So I want you guys to leave a comment down below if you want number 1, which is the old design for farms like this, or number 2. The difference here with number 2 is that we built some kind of moat here to kind of have even more control over the water. So as you can see, we have like dug these kind of water flow channels or whatever in here, and then we have this moat to kind of retain the river from carving out the farmland. This moat here has been planted with date palms. The date palms will help keep the soil intact, but also it's a nice way of getting some extra fruit and some extra farmland. So I'm very happy with that. I think it looks really cool. And here you can see like we have the sugarcane farm here with all these small like irrigation channels. I think it's awesome. And also what you can see here, we have like some of the places here, some patches being collected here. They are walking over here and collecting it. And we added, since we're on in the water here, carts are kind of useless, so we added this tiny rafts or whatever. So you put the sugarcane on these, you can kind of see it laying there, and then you can shove them or pull them just down these channels here. Same goes for here. We have another one of these rafts. Really cool. And then push them all the way over to this like loading area, and you can bring them up here, and from here you can load them into wheelbarrows or carts or whatever and bring it up. So yeah, very happy with that. From that we go into the building, so let's go straight into it. And I think the best way is to take you through the production process, and then we'll just take the tour as we go, as we kind of follow the production. So the first thing that happens is you bring in the sugarcane and you store it underground in this cellar right here. You put them up on these elevated decks here, and then it dries a little bit, like here. So just like for a little while. So here you can see some of them that has been dried a little bit. And yeah, nice vaulted ceiling, and it looks really cool in here. From here, once it's dried a little bit, you put it on carts and you bring it up and around here to the juicer or the mill. And here I looked into some designs and I can't quite remember the name of this place here, but this is an iconic kind of desert type of wind turbine or windmill, and basically the wind kind of is channeled into here and makes it rotate. Same goes for here. And I think that's a fitting design. I wouldn't have a water mill, doesn't really make sense, and a big windmill doesn't really like shout out desert style in my opinion. So I think it looks cool. A little fancy, a little funky as well. But basically here we have these coming down here, and we have these wheels that squeeze the sugarcane. So a guy would be here, take sugarcane from the cart, put it on here, and then the wheel would like roll around and squeeze it, and the juice would flow out and into these jars here. These jars, well, let me just show you. Yeah, this is the juicer. The jars will be taken from here, transported around and around and into this little yard here, and now we are now up above the storage room down below. So here, let me see if I can remember how this works. It's a little complicated. I've never done sugar production myself, so it's only what I've read. But this is the production room. Here we have some pools of water. We have regular water, but also lime water, like with not with lime the fruit, but limestone, I guess, in it, the water. So it's yeah, two types of water here. And then we have these boilers up here. So basically you take the juice from the juicer, put it in here together with a combination of the water, of the normal water and the lime water, and then you slowly heat that up, and it starts to caramelize, kind of. The sugar will start to clump, and you kind of concentrate it a little bit. So we have a lot of these around here, and you heat that up down here with some coal, which is stored here in this little alcove on the side here. And let me show you. The way this is loaded is you bring your cart up in here, and you just kind of tip it into here. So it's easily loaded from the side here, from the outside, and straight into here, and we have a big storage of coal for running these. Once it's been concentrated, once the juice has kind of gotten thick and starting to caramelize a little bit, it's moved over to this tray over here, where it's cooled down, and the water or the liquids and the sugar will start to separate a little bit. So this happens here, and once it's completely cooled, you will like take out the sugar parts and the sugary crystals and put them in carts. And then you can kind of see the drainage in the back there, and it drains out to this little basket here. So that's how we do this. We have some storage and stuff like that as well in here. So after it's collected, the crystallized sugar, which is kind of like pure sugar in, I guess, you move that over to the storage building, which is over here, and you dump them into these big silos where it is, and it's kind of being dried a little bit extra here before being sold in the storage areas. And then you pack them into bags and transport them around for selling. There's even a little outlet on the front here where you can buy some sugar as well, just in front of the sugar refinery. This building right here has a little administrative part. This is where like the boss, the owner of this place, lives. So he sits here and take notes and kind of calculates how much they have produced and how much they have to produce, and if there's any special orders and stuff. And he lives up above here. So he has a small apartment up above. So this is where he lives. We have a little kitchen and a bed and all that sort of stuff. And maybe he had a bigger manor somewhere else. I believe sugar production would be quite luxurious, I guess. Up here we can see the chimneys that funnels all of the smoke and humidity, I guess, from the boilers down there up. That's kind of cool. And this big building here is basically for the workers. And I've been debating a little bit, and we have discussed it I had discussed it with some of you regarding slavery. And it's a controversial topic, I guess, but it does make sense to have some slavery in a big city like this in medieval time, and especially when we have like this big difference in wealth. So yeah, these are slaves, and this is where they sleep and live, and they work at the sugar farm and the refinery. So they will be working the fields, but also running the mill and the other production here. And then yeah, just some storage up on all the roofs, as you know. Really, really cool. One thing I want to do in the future, I want to build a brewery using the molasses, or especially this extracted water here would probably be possible to brew with, because it will likely contain some sugar in it. So I'm thinking of building up a brewery here. In a stream we discussed making like an illegal brewery, but we have kind of settled that alcohol and stuff is not really taboo in Sangra'Qur. So making it illegal kind of ruins the lore a little bit. So in the future I want to build a brewery here, just next to this place, and then yeah, just kind of continue this, but we will eventually get to where the castle gardens will be. So there's going to be a little bit of housing and stuff here, and then we will figure out how to kind of build the castle garden, which is this green area I've laid out here, and the big port, which is these blue circles. So that's going to be fun, but that's quite a while before we get there. But yeah, and then of course we're going to have to build a couple of houses to kind of connect this sugar farm into the rest of this red light district we built, which is the previous episode, I guess, which was over a month ago. Wow. So I guess that will be the next upcoming video, is to fill out this area around the sugar plantation here, which is going to be really, really cool. Well, that is it for today's episode, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.